Aisha. How are you?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing fine. Thank you so much for taking the time out for today's session. Uh, let's dive straight into it. So, how's been the life at British Columbia?
Life at British Columbia, it's different from Pakistan, obviously. Uh, Still exploring every day. It's good. It's good overall. It's good for hardworking people, in other words.
Okay, that's great. Okay, for all of our viewers who have joined in, myself, Hamza, I'm manager admissions at Can Park, and I've been a part of Aisha's journey as well. A year back, when she signed up with us, I took care of her case personally. Aisha is one of our former students who is currently enrolled at Trinity Western University at British Columbia, and she is a doctor by profession, and she went to study the Masters of Leadership Healthcare program. So today we're gonna ask her like how like she has found Canada to be, specifically the life at Trinity Western University. We've lined up a lot of questions for you, which hopefully will be visible to you on screen as well. So let's get started. So Asha, can you please first of all tell us something about campus life? Like, what is the best part of the student experience at Trinity Western University?
Okay, so there are a lot of good things about Trinity Western University. The one which I would like to highlight is the resources. Because if there's any issue with you, academic or non-academic, you can either submit a ticket online to the student hub, you can go in person to them, you can book a you don't need to book an appointment with an advisor. You also have academic advisors over there, and you can just go to them. You can ask them for simple stuff like from registering courses to even an issue which is not academically related, so that they're that much helpful. So that is what I like the most about the university, their resources. Other than that, you get assignments every week. We've got writing classes kind of like twice a week. They give you the topic. Then in the writing class, they tell you how to go about that topic. So make use of the writing class. Go to the library. Their library assistants are going to check your writing. They're going to evaluate it, and tell you how much GPA you can get on that. So
That's
it's easy. The resources which they give to their students, they're exceptional. Like I didn't get them in Pakistan, so maybe that is why it's new to me. But
of course, of
they're
course.
worth mentioning. Yeah,
Okay, so basically, what you're saying is that the academic coordinators are very supportive,
very
and
supportive.
especially to the international students. So even you can reach out to them even for non-academic like
Exactly, and
issues.
I don't have to be on campus for that. Like I'm sitting at home online, I will submit a ticket to the student hub,
All
or if
right.
I'm in the university, then I can go to them directly. So that is not an issue being there on campus.
Okay, I think that is a really positive thing to have for an international student. So let's get started on some other things as well. So taking on from here, what advice do you think that you would give to the incoming students? Like something that you didn't know at the time.
Okay, so there were a lot of things which I did not know at the time. So initially, I did not about the BC health system. It's so different. In each province, you've got a different health system. In Ontario, it's different. In BC, it's different. You have to pay like $75 per month as a student, and they give you this BC health card. There's a healthcare center in the university. You go to them, you show them the card, and they refer you to a doctor. And that card, it approximately it covers up all the medical stuff, all of
Okay.
it, even from delivery. If you're delivering a baby or anything else, most of the stuff, the chunk, they do it on that BC health card, while in other provinces it's not that way. In Ontario, it's not that
Is
way.
dental included, if I may ask?
Yes,
Is
dental is
dental
included.
included as well?
Yes.
Because I think in most of the provinces, dental is not covered, especially in Ontario, I believe. Like
Yes.
it is separate from the general healthcare, right?
Yes, it is.
So in British Columbia, dental is also included in the overall health card.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great to know. Okay, so
Okay, and one
that
more thing I would like to
yes,
add here, like what I did not know when I came at TWU, I was with the impression that you have to learn, like in Pakistan, you learn for an exam and then you sit for the exam and you get a certain grade. I was with that impression, like something like that is going to happen. But when I came here, it was quite different and much easier. Like they give you a topic for the assignment, you have to research on it, you have to go to different resources. The writing center is going to show you how to cater to that assignment, how to go about it, and then the library assistants will check like if you've done it good or not, and then you finally submit it, and then you get your GPA. It's not like you're learning and you're writing an exam. It's more flexible, much more
all
flexible.
right.
Yeah. So that
So
I
the
didn't know,
students,
and I was quite surprised. Like,
okay, so
yeah,
you feel like the students are not overburdened throughout the
yeah,
semester, right?
they're not overburdened. Yes.
Okay, so adding on to the thing that you have just mentioned, are most of the assignments individual or group-based assignments?
There's a mixture. So some were individual, some were group based. So
All right, all
yeah.
right. Okay, taking on from here, the next question is what is your advice to the students in choosing between university hostels or private rooms like nearby the university? Like, what's your suggestion on that?
Okay. So if a person is not into working, they do not want to work, and they're like, we just have to study. So hostel is a better option for them because the bus that used to come to the hostel, it was full, almost full every time. So the people who had to go to work, they found it hard to commute because it was full. They had to wait for the next bus, and moreover, on Saturdays and Sundays, I think they don't even have the bus service in the hostel.
Okay.
So if you're not planning on working, then hostel is a better option for you because it is also a bit cheaper than the outside accommodations. Like certain halls, not all of them, like the Douglas Hall, it's quite reasonable than the outside options. But again, if you're not working, then it's a good option. But if you want to work, then go for a private room. It's gonna take about like $600 to $700 in Langley, and I think it's going to take less if you share. This one is for a private room, the 600 to 700.
All right. So I believe, contrary to the popular opinion, what you have just told us,
Yeah.
that you might find university hostel a little cheaper compared to the private
Yeah,
rooms,
but
right?
there's so many
Not
options. There's
all.
so many halls.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
talking about a few of them. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Few
they're
of them.
better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on, what is your opinion about the job opportunities? Since this is the hot topic for international students, like if we go to like Ontario, British Columbia, what is the job market like? Uh, Considering that the student is aware that it will be really hard for them to land a full-time position, which along with the studies, they might not be able to do that, but when it comes to part-time job opportunities, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so job opportunities in Langley are not that much as compared to Surrey
Richmond.
or other places. Langley
Okay.
is close to the Langley Center of the Trinity Western University, but it doesn't have much job opportunities. And initially, you're not going to land a job in your field. You'll have to do other sorts of job like at McDonald's, Tim Hortons, Uber, whatever, but it's not going to be in your field. But
Okay.
if you do land a job in your field, like as a dentist, you can land a job as a dental receptionist or dental assistant. If you do get a job like that, like I found one, but it was so far away from Langley, so it was of no use to me. That's why I'm saying that Surrey or some other place, not Langley exactly, it is going to be a better, like Vancouver and Surrey. These places have better job opportunities. So if you land a job related to your profession, obviously even if they're keeping you on observership, they're going to pay you. That is a good option. But if you don't, then
Unlike
don't
Pakistan,
worry. Whatever job
if I
comes to
may
you, do
interrupt,
take it.
yes.
Yeah.
I said unlike Pakistan, like they generally do not pay you for internships or
Yeah.
observation.
Yeah. But they do pay you over here.
Okay, that's great. So what you're saying is that like Generally, the students believe that the part-time job opportunities are either the food delivery jobs or working at McDonald's or like Tim Hortons. And then there is the security jobs as well, for which you first have to clear the exam. So apart from that, if the students do try for a reception, being a receptionist at any like healthcare center, that might also be possible.
Yes, as a dentist, you can. If you're a dentist, you might land a job as a receptionist or assistant, but not as a dentist because you have to obviously clear
Yes,
your exams.
of course, that Canada has its own examination system.
Yes.
That's understandable. Okay, now let's compare the two campuses of Trinity Western University. Like, what is your opinion about? I know you have shared already about Langley. Like, the
Yeah.
job opportunities might not be that much initially for the newcomers. So, what are your thoughts on comparing both campuses, Richmond and Langley, for Trinity Western University?
Okay, so Langley campus is the main campus. It's bigger. It has hostel. Richmond campus is smaller. It doesn't have hostel accommodation, but the job opportunities over there are obviously more. So if I were to choose, I would have chosen Richmond because of
Okay,
because most people are going to work. You know, that's why.
right. So, which one of these two campuses would you label as near to the what we call downtown area? Is that Richmond?
Yeah, that's Richmond.
Okay, so that's basically the main reason that
Yes,
it has more job opportunities.
exactly.
Okay, I think let's now talk about something that is your least favorite so far in the city. If I talk about the
Yeah,
area
I
where
already,
you
I
live,
think I
least
mentioned that
favorite.
the job opportunities, they're not in Langley. I found many jobs, but they were so far away. Like it was almost impossible to commute even on a bus. So that is
Okay.
what I did not like about the city, but it was very close to the university, like
Hmm.
10-15 minutes on bus.
All right, all right. Okay, and would you mind sharing your opinion for the job opportunities at Langley campus, or let's say overall, for both the male and the female? Like, does that play any part if someone is living with the family or if someone is living alone? So, how does that impact? Like, if, like you said, if the job is not very close to your residence, then how does that impact?
Okay, so I think if you're married, it becomes easier because obviously your spouse is earning and you're earning as well, and then there's someone to look after the children as well. And
Yes.
together, whatever you earn together is more than individual, and even in that way, you are able to manage your second year fee. But if you're working as a single person, I would recommend you to like find a job which is near to your obviously accommodation. But then again, the classes which I had were like twice a week, thrice a week, even less than that, but not more than that. So it wasn't that hard to manage, because if you're going like 2 days a week to your university, rest of the days you're free. So if you're willing to go that far away for a certain job, then why not, like, take the first
Yes.
step and then maybe you'll find a better one which is near.
So, a timetable like that, it helps in maintaining a work-life balance, especially when you're living with the family, right? If you only have to go
Yes.
to the university like 2 to 3 days, and
Yeah.
can you tell us like what is the timetable for those 2 days? Like, do you have
Oh,
classes straight up from
yes,
nine to
I
five?
exactly. So there are time slots like from 9 to 12, 1 to 3 hours, like one to four, and then there's the other shift. Like they've got three shifts, no? And you
Okay,
have to decide for yourself which suits you the best. I think the 9 to 12 one is the best one. Why? Because then the entire you can dedicate the rest of your day to working, to going to your
all
job.
right.
It becomes easier. And another thing, before you like most of the people will commute on a bus initially, so you have to like get up 1 hour earlier, because the buses will be full. So you don't want to miss a bus. You don't want to miss your class. You want to have your attendance complete
Of
because
course.
that's a requirement of the course. So just try getting up 1 hour earlier. it's going to be harder. But as soon as you start earning, I would recommend you to get a car for yourself, a cheap car, whatever works for you, but do get it.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
So is the bus pass included in your overall tuition fee, if I may know, or that is separate from the fee?
that's separate. It's separate,
Okay, just like the health card, right?
just like the health card. Yeah.
Health card. Okay, 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 that's fine. Okay, moving on from here, what do you say how easy it is to manage your finances? Like, we're aware that students pay the 1 year fee for the SDS category. So, given the job opportunities, and especially for someone who's moving with the family, so is it easy to, just gather that amount for the second year? Because everyone knows that you clear your first year dues from before coming to Canada, and then everyone expects that we'll earn that in Canada. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Okay, so coming with the family and financing your education is, I think, easier, because if you apply for your visa, your spouse can come on a work permit or a visit visa, and your children will be coming too. So if your spouse, you're allowed to work 20 hours a week. And I know students who are single, who are not married, and they have managed their second year fee working 20 hours per week.
A week.
So
Okay.
I think if your spouse comes, then it adds to the money and it becomes more
Of course.
easier. Yeah, but even as a single person, you can do that because you're getting your GIC back and then you're working. Yeah, but it might be hard to get the job initially, but when you do, it kind of it gets running. Yeah.
All right. I believe our next question is related to this. Like, if we do get a job or not, like, is there something that you would say that you knew before landing, like anything related to landing that
Financial.
first job? Like, any thoughts on that? You wish you knew that, whether it's related to the supportive academic counselors or stuff like that, anything.
Uh, Anything which I should have known before?
Yes, before coming to Canada or to Trinity
There were
Western
a few
University.
things which I didn't know, but then the people around you, they also help you. Like I did not know that for the BC health card, I did not know anything about it, and the BC transit system, I did not know anything about that either. Uh, I think I went with a friend to Walmart to get a pass from there, and I paid initial a certain amount. Yeah, so it's some things you just come to know with time, and the education system is
Okay,
totally different. Like if there's something on your mind, you can go to a bunch of people, or you have a question in the class. The teacher's not going to mind that question. So it was a cultural shock, but eventually you get used to it.
used to
Yeah.
it. Okay. Okay, so what are the resources available to students who need financial assistance? Like, I know we're aware that if you're going to a course-based program in Canada, generally the any sort of scholarship is not prioritized for the course-based students. It is reserved for the students who do thesis or research. So, any tips on that? Like, can the students avail any financial assistance in any
Okay,
regard?
so as far as I know, there is a financial assistance program, but it is there for people who are really in need of it. Like if you don't have a job or anything, and they are going to really research your background before giving it to you. Like they're going to ask questions like, how did you pay your first year fee? Was it your own savings or your parents gave it to you? And if you say like, my parents gave it to me, then they're going to ask for some sort of proof for that. So they're really going to scrutinize you before giving it to you, but I believe there is financial assistance.
Okay, so and you can reach out to the same academic counselors or any internationalization office for that. Like, where
they
can the
have
student
they
go
have
to?
a separate, I think, department for that. Financial assistance department, the person sits within the university who deals with this.
All right, all right. Okay, so I believe the last question for today is, how do you feel like Can Park helped you in all your journey? I think we've covered this question, something that you already knew. Like, you've told that you come to know a lot of things as you come here. But anything, any comment on how Can Park made a difference in your whole journey?
Yes, it made a huge difference in a way that when I started this journey, Many institutions and even the reputed ones, they told me that I should be going for a PGD and I will easily get it. And I was with the impression that yeah, I have to apply for a PGD. But then when I came to the group, I think a certain study group, and then I came to know about CanPark, and then this misconception of mine that applying for a PGD is it's riskier as compared to applying for a master's degree, and I should go for a master's. Uh, because you will get an admission in PGD, but whether you get a visa or not, that's a question mark. And many people I know who went with the PGD program, they did not get a visa. And so I'm lucky that I listened to CanPAC and I went with the master's program and I got the visa. And other than that, the SOP was really good. It was like uh, that it you guys wrote it, but it felt like I had written it myself, because my goals, what I've achieved in my life, and why the university should choose me, and why I'm choosing the university, everything was very nicely incorporated. And the small details about the courses, that why I'm interested in this specific program, in this specific course, why this course, and how it resonates with my initial achievements, that was really good. And other than that, the documentation, how to show that this certain amount of asset is mine, and how the gift deeds and the documents for the gift deeds, what to write in them, how to go about it, how to show that everything, finance assets and everything. I did not know anything about that. Maybe people might be knowing, but I did not know at that certain point of time, and Canpac really helped me with that.
Thank you so much for the detailed elaboration on that.
Yeah.
I guess this is pretty much it for today. Thank you for your time. And I would, at the while officially closing the session for today, we will leave the Insta handles as well at the end of the video. And I hope you'll be okay to, guide any student if they do want to reach out to you.
Yes.
And to all the viewers, we have the address of all our offices from Lahore, Islamabad, Gujranwala, Gujarat, Ahmedabad, and hopefully soon in Peshawar and Karachi as well. We're in the process of launching new offices, opening new offices in other cities as well. So do reach out to us on Instagram. The handles would be given at the end of the video. And do leave your comments below so that we can uh, cater your queries later on. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We'll join you in another session next time, inshallah. Thank you again, Aisha.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.